Hello there, Seraphim17, presenting Chapter 13 in my Dead Space 2 Zealot difficulty video walkthrough. And we've just drilled through that wall and gone arse over tits, so we're now on this catwalk, and as you walk down here there's going to be an assortment of goodies to pick up to refill your ammo and your life and your stasis and what have you. And there's also going to be a couple of cheeky things that you might not know about, like there's a vending machine there, and that drops something. I couldn't read what that was. There's also a cash machine that drops 10,000 when you punch it. And this is one of the only areas of the game where you can do that, and I actually thought that there would be more, but I haven't found any others, so that kind of sucks. But go all the way around here, pick up as much as you can, and then once you've done that, there's a node hidden in this area as well. It's just on this corner. And once you've done that, just follow your waypoint. There's the node, and then just follow through the blue door. And what's going to happen here is you're going to walk around the outer area of this place. You're going to say goodbye to Ellie, because Isaac does a nice little self-sacrificing move. And then when you get into that central room, you have to fight a half-dozen necromorphs, and it's pretty bad. So, just get ready for it, basically. Because after this, it's a pretty tough fight. And once you've done the fight, you have to hack a door and go inside. And I'm not too sure if you could, in theory, hack the door straight away and get in and kind of skip the fight. But the problem being, there's so many necromorphs rushing you, I don't think you'd have enough time to do it. Which is why you're going to see me kill pretty much the first wave of them all, and as soon as they stop, that's when I hack the door and I get the hell out of there, because it's going to be a ton of the lurkers, or whatever they're called, the tentacle baby fetuses, and there's going to be some black ones of those, and they're a lot tougher. There's also going to be black slashers, black pukers, and probably some whiptails, so it's a pretty challenging fight. But unfortunately we have to watch this shit as Isaac does that funny face, slides down the wall, and then turns to reveal his dead girlfriend again.
So I can let you go too.
Ooh, excuse me.
I can't do that, Nicole.
Who looks a lot older than she did in Dead Space 1. She's gone from being like semi-hot to being Glenn fucking Close or something.
Isaac. Touch me.
Ooh, pardon me again. Goodness, something's getting on my sinuses.
Isaac, please.
Make us whole again.
Make us whole.
Kick her in the face.
I can't.
That's a full-on Michael Keaton moment, that. It's just pure style. But now you've got your mask back on, it means you can move. So, carry on round this area. I mess about with those boxes because I'm silly. And Samuel Jackson's basically calling you an asshole again. And here is a shop and a save point, and this is where you need to buy as much ammunition as you can. Because if you don't, you could struggle with the next sections of this game. So as you can see, my inventory's pretty stacked. I've got some ammo for my plasma cutter, I've got some life, I've got some stasis, so I'm probably going to buy a lot more plasma cutter rounds and a couple more javelin rounds, because I don't think I've got any. And that's going to come in handy, because chapter 12 is really, not chapter 12, sorry, this is chapter 13. Chapter 13 is really stacked. There's a lot of big fights, but there's a couple fights coming up that I'm going to show you guys how to skip. And on my first run through of this game, I killed everything in every one of those rooms, and it took up all my ammo, because it's ridiculous. But instead, I ran it. I just completely bombed through it, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it too, because it's a useful tactic. So just keep buying your stuff, sell what you need to get more things, just do the biz. Save, and then walk into Hell's Gates, basically. Because this fight starts almost immediately, so make sure all your weapons are ready to go. There's no cutscene, There's no messing about. Once you go down this elevator, it's literally you walk forward and you hear a necromorph, and it's time to act, basically. It's time to show them your skills. And the first thing I do is I run down here and I pick this up. Straight away, there's one of those goddamn arm explosive dudes. A guy just tried to sick on me. So there's a puker to my left, there's him there, there's a black necromorph that's just spawned back there. The explosion took out the black necromorph, which is a nice stroke of luck. But the best thing to do is to stay around this area, and when you get rushed, just run down the opposite way that all the necromorphs are. You see, there's a black lurker, kill that as quickly as you can, because it's a fucking nuisance. And there's 2 black slashers there, so kill them as quickly as you can. There's a puker. You see, now I'm kind of running, but that stasis gets both of them, so I can handle them. He's a pussy, just impale him away. That guy's crawling, so he's not a threat, but that is whatever that was. That could have been a lurker. No, that's a lurker. See, it took a javelin, that shows how much tougher they are. And there's another one up there, he's a normal one, but he's still a pain in the ass. So, run away from them, get as much distance as you can, and obviously there's another necromorph there, so clean him up. The goddamn bomb thing, make sure that thing doesn't get close to you or it will ruin your day. And then there's a puker that I somehow missed, and I'm getting hit by them damn lurkers again. So clean up anything on your level and then try and nail those on roof. Luckily enough for me, I hit the black one and the electricity stunned the white one. And the white one's just died, and that's that section done, but that is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. That is a tough fight. So go around, stamp on all the bodies, but don't hang about because enemies will spawn on this section if you stay in here too long. And come down here, pick up that crap, get the node on the wall, and then run to the double doors and hack them open so that you can get on with it, basically. But if you did that first time, congratulations, because that's another one of the more challenging fights on this game. And then you just hack this and you go into the restricted area of the government building. And this next section's kind of bullshit, because you run down some stairs and there's a wall of security guards aiming guns at you, and they tell you to freeze. And the first time I played through, I froze, and what happens, they gunned me down. So that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to run, and you'll see what I do. This is the only way to survive this bit. As soon as they flash that light, run in here. If you don't, you're gonna die. If you play on hardcore, welcome to the start of the game. And that is just fucking bullshit. But you come in here, there's no necromorphs at this first area. Excuse me. But there is a couple of shelves, a couple of lockers, so get everything you can from in them and climb through this vent. And what's going to happen is you're going to be powering down a facility by pulling out one of those giant car battery things that you use to power things. And it's going to let all the necromorphs in, and they're going to kill all those douchebag guards that were just aiming at us. And then every moment after that, you're going to be fighting necromorphs, so... And this is a pretty challenging area because there's a couple of labs you're going to enter. There's going to have infectors, there's going to be black necromorphs, there's going to be just a ton of trouble. But cruise in here, pick up all the stuff along the way. There's a nice save point on the wall, and then you just have to kinesis that off, and then pull the power, pull the plug. And then you're going to get Samuel L. Jackson telling you off because you've just compromised the facility. But that's not before you listen to the soldiers downstairs get their ass handed to them by reanimated corpses. So now that we've just pissed on his chips, he's not having any fun, he has to run away. And we get to progress through the government building. So now that that's all done and dusted, that door will turn blue, and you just retrace your steps to where the guys held you up. Just be careful though, because there's going to be a couple of infectors and a couple of necromorphs, and I actually used this to stasis them all. And because the bodies look so strange when they're in stasis, I didn't notice there was one of the bats still alive and infecting a dude. So watch. right now, there's those two necromorphs there, but if you can see on the left, Jesus Christ, he's dicking me. But on the left, there's there's one of the bats dry humping a corpse, and I just couldn't tell what it was. So I killed the puker, I killed the slasher, and didn't realise that there was a bat there, and he just made a goddamn necromorph. So kill the bat, kill the black dude, kill the legless puker, and just be careful of the dude with the explosive arm. And once you kill him, that's this room effectively cleared. So smash the bodies, get the ammo, do your thing. We'll get romper stomping. A nice bit of money there. And then just walk further into this area, and yeah, it's an interesting part of the game, this, because it's obviously escalating towards the end, and it does start getting a little bit more dire. They do throw a lot more necromorphs at you. I don't know if that's just because they're wanting to make the most out of it, but it's interesting to say the least. And in here, there's just a couple of bits of ammo, crates and lockers and various things. Nicole's gonna have a nice conversation with you. And you've spent all the game ignoring her, yet after you accepted your guilt, you're now following everything she says, which is the most hypocritical fucking story arc I've ever seen. But smash all this shit, examine all the stuff, and what will happen is she showed up and she's going to show you the way. She's going to show you a waypoint, basically. And the waypoint is through that blue door. And it just involves going further and deeper into these labs. And to get through this door, you need that dude's body, because it's going to scan him. So hold him up, scans him in, and it lets you get into the next building. Excuse me. And just keep making your way forward. And what's going to happen here is you're going to see a necromorph run off. There he goes. And you follow him, and lo and behold, there's a dead end. So if you cruise around here, there is a safe point to use, but when you come round here, nothing, and then something spawns behind you. So if you sit aiming down this corridor, he's going to eventually come to you, and it's dead simple. So there you go. Take his leg out, take his arm out, he's a piece of cake. Save your game, and keep going. And look at that, I could hear him, and I pressed A then to pick up some ammo, but he pressed the save point instead. So I was at that moment where I was kind of like, oh my god, oh shit, I'm gonna die. And luckily enough I didn't. But that's the end of the first part of chapter 13. I'll see you in the next part, and thanks for watching. You take care now.